Hey everyone, welcome to Christian Writers Bookstore YouTube channel podcast. My name is Michael Furlonger, an author and founder of Christian Writers Bookstore. Now, in the last podcast, I was talking about one of our authors named Laura Bartnick, who also owns a publishing company, and her two books called Being Creative and another called Dragon Sightings. Now, Being Creative, the focus is on the fact that God is our creator and we are to be creators because He is a creator. And Dragon Sighting is more of a book to help you kind of step by step help you get your creative juices going. Now, I want to actually share a bit about where I get a bit off put, a bit discouraged as a writer, as an author, as a creator, that I feel very discouraged. Now, as I've mentioned before, I like to read the Bible every year. I like to read a different translation of the Bible that kind of opens up the Bible and for more clarity and context of it all. So this is in the beginning, in the book of Genesis, so the first book. So in chapter 11, you hear about the Tower of Babel. Now, if you've grown up in church, you know the story very well, is that all the peoples of the earth come together and they want to build this big tower up to the heavens to make their names great. So I'm going to read a couple verses from that and I'm going to continue on from there. So we start out in Genesis chapter 11. I'm going to start in verse 3. It says, They, the people, they said to each other, Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. And then they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we'll be scattered over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other. So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there, the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. So people are trying to build this great city, as I just read, and God says, I'm not having any of that. You're not building this great tower to the sky. You're not going to make a great name for yourself. So it confuses their language. So while you're saying like, hey, go get the brick, you're speaking in like a language that I don't understand. So they get so discouraged that you're like, no, we're done with this. So I would read this and I'd think like, oh no, I'm a creator and I am trying to create something great. How much God must be angry at me for creating this, right? And I would get so discouraged reading this. But now, so all the people are gone in the city, right? But now we're going to read on in Genesis chapter 12. Okay, so now this is the story of Abraham before he's given a new name. His name is Abram. So we're going to start in Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. The Lord said to Abram, Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. So we see a drastic difference between one people wanting to make their name great and going to all this effort, building this big city, building this huge tower to say, oh, look how great I am, look how great we are. Our names are over all the earth, saying, here's God, He is going to make my name great. And it is so interesting, in my opinion, how the two are actually right next to each other. Both the story of Babel and the story of God calling Abram or Abraham to be the father of the nation Israel. And I want you to consider that as you are pursuing your writing, as you're pursuing your artistic projects, is just ask yourself every once in a while, just ask yourself, am I doing this to make my name great? Am I doing this to make God's name great? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Feel free to leave a comment below. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. God bless.